Hey y'all, it's Desiree and I'm back with another video. And for this video, God is saying no more timetables. And I really pray that this video will encourage you to stop being so focused on the timing of God. Stop trying to piece together his timing. Stop trying to judge his timing. And stop trying to make sense of his timing. As we step into this new month, and by the way, happy May 1st to y'all. I know for some of us it's like, okay now, it's another month. I thought it was going to be last month. I thought it was going to be the month before last. I thought it was going to be last year. I know for some, you are growing anxious. You're growing a little antsy and a little agitated. But I just want to encourage you today to let go of any type of timetable that you may be putting God on, consciously or subconsciously. Because sometimes we think, well, I was in this last season for 7 months, so the transition into the new season shouldn't exceed 7 months. Or last time when God did this, it only lasted for a year, and it's going on a year and a half, so I know that it shouldn't be long now. Let go of any and all timetables that you may have set for God. Acts 1:6-7 says, Then they gathered around him and asked, Lord, are you at this time going to restore the kingdom to Israel? He said to them, It is not for you to know the times or dates the Father has set by his own authority. It's really not our business when God decides to do what he decides to do. It can feel like our business because it's pertaining to us, it's concerning us, but it's truly not our business. And when it comes to walking in faith, you truly do have to walk out the timing of God. You can't have this posture that is so hooked on the time, what month, what year, when, because there's no faith in that. It's only anxiety in that. It's only depression in that. It's only weariness in that. It's only doubt in that. Of course, when the waiting is trying, we look to God. We look to what it is that he promised. We look to what it is that he spoke. But it's a must that we remain submitted to him with a heart posture that says, But God, in your perfect timing, let your will be done. It's important to hold on to God. It's important to hold on to what he promised you and not to hold on to the timing that he promised it to you in. Because what about when it doesn't happen like you thought? What about when it doesn't happen when you thought? Is God a lie? Surely not. Sometimes God changes his plan, but he never changes his will. Will you still trust him? Will you still look towards him? Will you trust that if it doesn't happen in the time frame that you thought it was, or even the time frame that he spoke, that it's only to the betterment of what it is that he's fulfilling? Because when it comes to timing, sometimes you may be left disappointed, but you will not be left let down. God may leave you feeling disappointed, but he will not let you down. And I just feel led to share this. There's been various things that God has promised me. At various points in my life, he said, I'm doing this right now. This is a Kairos moment. He wore me out. He wore me out. He wore me out with Isaiah 43:19. See, I am doing a new thing. And then a year passed. And then 2 years passed. And then 3 years passed. And that's well enough time to question, God, I thought you said right now. And not only did you say that you're doing it right now, but you gave me a right now expectation. You put deep down in my soul a right now confidence. But as I'm looking around, it appears to not be right now. And I know for some of you, you also have received a right now word. God has also put in your heart a right now expectation. But that was months ago. That was years ago. But it is right now. It is happening right now. When God said that he was doing that thing concerning you right now, he meant just what he said right now. 3 years later, and it's still right now. 5 years later, and it's still right now. 7 years later, and it's still right now. Don't be discouraged when you don't see an overnight manifestation. Don't be discouraged because you heard right now last month. Don't be discouraged because you heard right now last year. Don't be discouraged because God gave you that dream. Don't be discouraged because God gave you that instruction and you did it. And now you're looking around like, okay, what's next? Or now 2, 3, 4, 5 years have passed by and it's like, well, I could have did that last month. Stop trying to put a timetable on God. Just like a lot of our folks told us, we got to stay in a child's place. When it comes to God, when it comes to what it is that He spoke, when it comes to what it is that He's doing, we have to stay in a child's place. We have to just sit back and trust Him. We have to just take Him at His word. The problem is a lot of times we think that God needs our help. So we get so anxious and worked up when it comes to how things are moving or how things are being manifested. God does not need your help. God doesn't need your strength. God doesn't need your willpower. For some of you, the reason why you are continuously growing anxious is because you're continuously looking to put your hands to something. You are continuously looking to be a helping hand. You are continuously looking to get busy, but you're busying yourself in God's business. When you can't quite put your hands in the mix, now you're anxious. Now you're growing afraid. Now you're growing weary. God does not need your help. God don't need you to remind Him how long it's been. God don't need you to remind Him how you've been suffering in the meantime. God doesn't need to know how many birthdays it's been. God don't need to know how many months it's been since He made you quit your job. He doesn't need to be reminded. He has His own timetable, a perfected timetable, a just timetable, a divine timetable. Let go of how long you think a situation should last. Let go of how long you think it should take you to be prepared. Let go of trying to figure out when God said right now, when God said soon. Did He mean right now, right now? Did He mean soon, soon? Did He mean like in 3 days soon, 3 months soon? Let it go. Because while you are so focused on seeing a full manifestation overnight, your anxiety, your worry, your doubt, your weariness will cause you to miss the manifestation that's taking place. Because anybody who heard a right now word last year can look at their life today and see that, yeah, God meant that. I just thought that meant the full manifestation right now. Right now meant I've sent out the word and now it's taking full manifestation. I've sent out the word and now it's accomplishing the task at hand. And sometimes right now does happen in a matter of seconds, but other times it does not. But one thing about it, God cannot lie. So I encourage you to let God's timing be His timing. I encourage you to remain submitted to God's will and not your own. And I encourage you to continue waiting on God, remaining steadfast, continue looking towards Him. Don't allow the enemy to tempt you to make an idol out of what it is that God promised you. Don't allow the enemy to tempt you into thinking that you can somehow manipulate the timing of God, even by way of good works. God knows what He's doing, and no, it's not going to be according to your timetable, but it'll be right on time.